the CTV. This is Kalondra back in the car. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I personally do not want a 9-to-5 job. And if you resonate with anything I'm going to be saying in this video, you are not weird, nothing's wrong with you, you're not crazy. Everybody's different and we all have different goals, so yeah, keep watching this video. Just a quick disclaimer, there's nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5. If you like your job, I'm not telling you to quit. So this is for the people out here who think the way I think, and I know I'm not the only person in this world that thinks that way. I met other people who think the same way I think. So yeah, we all been basically programmed when we go to school. Like, for one, we have to go to school for a certain amount of years until we're 18, and then we either have to go to the military or college when we're done with school, and then after that we have to have like a career type job, or if we don't do any of these things, you have to have at least a good 9-to-5, which is not for everybody. And there's nothing wrong with you if you think that that's not for you, because I know that's not for me. You can go to college for like years and have to pay a bunch of student loan debt after you finish, and that's absolutely ridiculous and bad for your pockets. So college, it can help you out in the long run, but it can also destroy you. So that's why I don't really agree with going to college. I have went to college and I have student loan debt I have to pay, and I went to community college and I dropped out after the second year because I just feel like it wasn't helping me with my purpose. And also with jobs, like, you have to trade in a lot of your time for money and sacrifice a lot of your plans. And if that's something that doesn't resonate with you, then that's another reason why a 9-to-5 may not be for you, and it's not for me, definitely. At least in the long run. I don't like the fact of having to trade in my precious time just to work hours at a job that I absolutely hate, being completely miserable and bored. I'd rather be spending my time going to the beach, being with my man, take care of my pet or whatever the case. Like, we all are humans. Even if you don't have plans on doing something, like maybe you just want to be at home and relax. There's nothing wrong with that. We all need time to ourselves, and we all need time to protect our energy. And a lot of these jobs do not care about that. They just care about the money in their pockets, because that's all we are to them. We're just helping them get more rich, when we need to worry about getting more rich within ourselves and worrying about how to grow our own pockets in a way besides working for somebody. Like, we need to have other sources of income. So that's why I'm saying, like, a 9-to-5 job is helpful in some cases when it comes to money, like paying bills or whatever, but it's not going to help you become as wealthy as you may want, because you're just working for maybe $7.25 to $12 an hour, which isn't bad depending on how you spend your money, but it's not that good either. Like, you could be doing something that you love way more than that and be making way more money. And self-care is very important when you're working a 9-to-5, because a lot of these jobs do not care if you're taking care of yourself or not. They will schedule you hours and hours on hours, back-to-back days, and even on your off days will still have the nerve to call you on your off day and ask you to come in and work for somebody, and that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, who has time for that? It's not even time, but who has the energy for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to protect my body and my energy as much as possible. And if I feel like I'm not able to do that when I'm working at a certain job, then I don't need to be working at that job, or I need to just take some time off, take a week or two off in order to take care of myself physically and mentally. And then I come back to work, if that makes sense. So make sure you are good with your mental health and your physical health if you're working somewhere, because a lot of these jobs, like I said, don't care. 4 inches of snow on the ground and black ice, and some of these places will still dead ass tell you to come in and not even give a fuck if you're harming yourself to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, these jobs, most of these jobs, you're just a body. You're not a human, you're a body. They just need the bodies that they need for that particular day. They don't care. If you call out, they're going to ask another employee to come in. If you quit, you're going to be replaced in the next week. Just worry about yourself and do your own type of work that you can take care of yourself and that you feel happy doing, especially if you're already working for some place that you hate. It's not worth it. I also don't like to be controlled, and I don't like the fact of working somewhere where they tell you, oh, I can't wear my hair a certain way, or I can't wear my nose piercing, or I have to cover my tattoos. Like, that's my way of expressing myself, and you shouldn't tell people that they shouldn't wear their hair or wear a certain piercing or a tattoo that they love just to work somewhere making $10 to $12 an hour. Like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, it makes me so mad. Like, I worked somewhere where I literally have to cover this tattoo with either, I think it was like a sports, like, it's something that you can wear when you play sports, and I think it's really for your ankles, but I can fit it in my arm, and I'll have to cover that shit up. And if I were to lose it or anything, I would basically have to cut a sock and put it over my doggone arm. And who has time for that? Like, what if I was running late and I just couldn't find it and I get in trouble because I didn't cover my tattoo? Like, it's stuff like that where I feel like you work for yourself, you don't have to worry about, you know, how you look or whatever. Of course, like, you're representing a brand, so you have to be presentable, but you can look presentable and still have a piercing or a tattoo in, or wear your hair a certain color or style. I know some places don't even allow black women to wear, you know, their hair natural. They rather you wear like a weave or a wig or something, especially if you're working for somewhere like, I don't think I can say the name, but like certain restaurants where you have to look sort of exotic to the people. And yeah, like, that's ridiculous. Like, we should be able to express ourselves as individuals, and I don't think a 9-to-5 job is a good outlet for that. So if you're a person who likes piercings and tattoos like me, it's just something to be cautious about, because, you know, some of these places don't care. And that's what I mean. They don't value your individuality or the way you perceive certain things. So yeah, by all means, I'm not telling you to quit your job if, you know, I don't know your circumstances, but this is just something to think about. If you're working a job that you don't like, you just gotta think that you're nothing but a body to these places. But however, I don't know your manager, and different places actually treat people differently. It just depends on where you're working at. So if you have a sucky job, you could find a job that actually treats you better. So yeah, I'm not saying all 9-to-5 jobs are bad, but in most cases that's what happens, and you're literally just a body. You're not a soul, you're not a human being, you're just a worker to them. So if you feel like you are more than just a worker, then you shouldn't limit yourself to just working at any random company. You should actually look into being your own boss, or working somewhere that actually values you as an individual. And I think that's the end of my video. I pretty much covered as to why I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job in the long run. I'm not saying I wouldn't work at another place, but I would definitely try to make sure my next job was better than my last, and make sure that whatever place I'm working at next will appreciate me more, because I'm not settling for less, and neither should any of you guys. So if you like my video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and put on your post notifications. I forget to tell people that, and that'll help me out a lot. And yeah, stay tuned for my next video. Peace out.
Yeah, little bitch.